So I got a new qt50, 1980 qt50 trade-in. Sold the 81 blue Honda Express. Hated to see that go. But anyway, the former owner of this said that it wouldn't run right, it wouldn't start up, it was spitting gas out of the exhaust. Of course, I thought, maybe the rings were worn, maybe the piston had seized. But as I was putting it up in the shed, I decided to, take a closer look at it. And I drained the gas, drained the oil. I was just going to store it. And I was like, well, I might as well take apart the carburetor and see, if there's anything up with the carburetor. Took apart the carburetor, found out that the float was stuck open. I think the float was installed wrong. So I installed it correctly and decided, well, let's see if we can get it to run. So I kicked it a few times and it didn't sound like it wanted to run. So I put it away, and as I was leaving the shed, I saw it had sprayed gas all out of the exhaust all over the place, made a huge mess. So I was like, well, let's take it out on the driveway, put down some cardboard, a little kitty litter, and see if we can't just kick all the gas out of the exhaust, then we'll put it away. Then I was like, well, the fuel tank's kind of rusty too. And I was like, well, I'll throw on a new petcock and a fuel filter and a fuel line. And heck, we'll just see if we can get it to run. And it started up, and after I let it run and burn all that gas out of the cylinder and the exhaust and wherever else, I got it adjusted pretty well, and it's idling fine. I also unhooked the oil injection. I'm just running premix. That's why there's all that on the ground. It's kind of, the hose is just dripping out the excess on the ground. But the carburetor still needs cleaned, but it idles beautifully now. And as you can see, the foot peg is bent. Somebody wrecked it. It's got a new aftermarket coil on it. Now, I kept looking at this front fender going, what is wrong with this picture? And it turns out the front fender is installed backwards. That little plastic piece under the headlight's a little bent, but I thought that was metal, but it's just plastic. So I'll mess around and get the fender right. And I think it needs a new throttle cable and a few other touches here and there. Probably a new back tire, because here's another one with a bald back tire. And there's my work with the fuel line petcock and new filter. Tank definitely needs to be cleaned out. The battery needs to be charged. The battery actually looked in pretty good shape. It's probably just run down from sitting for so long. So I'm thinking maybe this thing with a little more work will be a nice little runner. Didn't want to take it on trade-in at first, but now I'm glad I did. Look how wrong you can be. So John and Joseph, hope you enjoy the new blue Honda Express, and don't shed too many tears over this one. Until next time, ride safe.